Thanks Self-Haircut University for sponsoring this video. I've actually never been to a barbershop here in the US. Cutting the hair on top with scissors is tremendously easier than using clippers and trimmers and fading yourself. Did you tell your girlfriend before you did the #1 buzz cut? No, I didn't. I just kind of did it. Yeah, she liked it. But no, I've never wanted to be a barber. Welcome everybody to the Self-Haircut Podcast. Elvis Perez, I need to join your classes, bro. Yeah, man, join up. They're very affordable depending on which one you're going for, but otherwise it's a fantastic place to start learning. I make it as simple as you can make it, right? Yeah, I mean, at some point I will do the half guard buzz cut. I mean, let's not downplay that. It will happen, right? I am a man of my word. It's just, again, I always say timing is key with some things. Sometimes you need to be quick, sometimes you don't. For this instance, I will be doing it at some point. I don't know when. I'll leave it at that. Did you design your self-haircut logo? Yeah, actually, that's a great question. I did design it. This logo, I actually hand drew it on my girlfriend's iPad. Literally hand drew it, like with the stencil and everything, right? Brady, the whole shebang. It took me days to do this, right? I hand did it myself. And then like the gold with the Greek key, all of that stuff was added later on through Canva. Yeah, I did everything pretty much myself. I mean, all the thumbnails that I do them all myself as well. Pretty much everything except the editing, I do myself, right? The filming, the videoing, the ideas, all this stuff is all me. I think I'm pretty good at making logos and stuff like that now. Did you like the #1 cut buzz all over? Yeah, I actually did. The one buzz was pretty nice. The only thing I didn't like about it was the fact that when it's that short, you start to see a lot more of your scalp and your hair looks a little bit less dense, right? At the #1 guard. My personal favorite buzz cut was the 1.5 guard, right? Because at that point, it was a little bit more dense to the point where you can't see your scalp. So I really enjoyed the 1.5 guard buzz cut more than the 1 guard or anything. I think it looked stellar, right? This was back when I was in Greece last year, and I think it was probably one of the best haircuts I've ever given myself. So good question. Hobbies. Yeah, so I've been playing soccer my entire life, basically since the time I was like 4 years old. I broke school records. I busted my butt to earn that. And of course, I thank my team, all of my teammates and my coach. Yeah, I also play tennis, really big tennis advocate. So I like tennis, play soccer. I just love sports in general. I like volleyball, ping pong, things like that. I also like to listen to audibles about growing business. When I do watch YouTube, it's always like real estate or investing related. Those are really my hobbies. Obviously, spending time with my girlfriend whenever I can. Not really a hobby, but that's what I like to do. How common are buzz cuts in Greece? Yeah, I mean, when I went to Greece, I would say a good 30% of guys had buzz cuts. At least 30, right? It was actually more common than not. A lot of people just didn't really have like a fade. Some people had fades, like, you know, I guess maybe 20% of guys had fades. The other 60% had normal haircuts, I guess, like scattered different types of hair types, but not really fades. Yeah, like 30%-ish, 20-30% had buzz cuts. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty popular, especially last summer when I went. Buzz cuts were in. And they're always going to be in, especially in the summer. Yo, what's a good pair of scissors to cut my bangs with? If you go to my website here, selfhaircutuniversity.com/equipment, and then the dash sign, tools, you'll be sent to my recommended tools that I use. And there's like 3 different scissor kits that are less than $20. You can probably get a scissor, like a good hair cutting scissor, for less than 10 bucks. Like if you just get the scissor alone. But if you're looking for a kit, like 20 bucks or less, and usually those scissors are good, but you have to be careful because they are really sharp. Did you go to college? And if so, what did you major in? I did go to college. I went to college at Stockton University in South Jersey. I graduated college in 2018. I majored in health sciences, where I was looking into physical therapy. And then I applied for physical therapy schools. I was waitlisted for a few of them, didn't end up going. And then after that, I moved to Philly, and then I applied to accelerated nursing programs and didn't work out there. I got accepted into 5 of them. They were like the accelerated 1-year programs, and I didn't end up going because in Philly and New Jersey, nursing schools were like $70,000, and I wasn't getting a $70,000 loan. So I was just like, you know what, forget it, I'm gonna go to Greece. And then literally a month later, I met my girlfriend in Greece, where we met in Athens. And since then, it's been great, right? YouTube going, real estate going, so I don't regret it at all. How's the dandruff? It's not too bad. I mean, my diet's definitely helped a lot by not having bread, not eating pasta, not having yeast, eating mainly fatty meats. ground beef, pork, a lot of organic eggs, organic fruit, raw honey. All these things definitely help out a lot. But obviously, because it's really humid and hot outside living here in Florida, you know, the air conditioning is another problem because you're constantly getting blown dry, cold air, which dries up your scalp, which makes it a little bit more difficult to have nice skin. The scissors part of self-cutting is the hardest. Do you agree? I disagree. It's actually funny. And I've said this on other videos before. I actually think cutting the top of your hair is like 10 times easier than using clippers and giving yourself a fade. And the reason why is because it honestly takes maybe 10 minutes to, you know, wet your hair, section it all up, cut as you go, and then make it even, right? This might just be me, but I honestly think cutting the hair on top with scissors is tremendously easier than using clippers and trimmers and fading yourself and skin fades and using the trimmers and doing all this with your, no. It's way easier to just use scissors on top, way easier. So I would disagree with, and I've been doing this for 14 years, so that's just my experience. Mainstream vilifies the healthy fats like coconut oil and grass-fed butter. Yeah, what are you gonna do? And here's a good tip for you guys. If you're looking to change the way you eat, because it's very important that we eat healthy things nowadays, even though a lot of the foods that we eat are still controlled by, you know, these corporations and whatnot, you still do have a choice to eat healthier versus not healthier, right? So I always say, if this is, let's say, Publix or your grocery store, only shop on the outside of the store, right? Because typically what's on the outside aisles of Publix or ShopRite or Acme or Winn-Dixie, what's on the outside? All the refrigerators, all the fruit, all the vegetables, right? All the fruit, vegetables, and meats, and butters, and yogurts, and cheeses are on the outside. Shop on the outside. Don't shop on the inner lanes where there's nothing that's refrigerated. It's all chips, sodas, candies, chocolates, nonsense, sugars, red 40, dyes, just carcinogens, just trash. Before we continue with the video, I want to thank today's sponsor, Self Haircut University. My goal with SHU is to help you fast track your hair cutting education. Whether for self haircuts or cutting other people's hair, SHU covers both options. So that means less mistakes, faster results, and thousands saved every single year for the rest of your life. Now, within 72 hours of joining, I'll personally be hosting a new member group coaching call to help you get started on the right track, as well as answer any upfront questions that you might have. With over 14 years of self-haircut experience, 120 plus lectures, weekly group coaching calls, live streamed self-haircut tutorials, 24 to 48 hour feedback, and even one-on-one coaching calls with me directly, there's no better person with more passion than myself to teach you how to cut your own hair. Click on the first link in the description to start today. Thank you, Self Haircut University, for sponsoring this video. Did you tell your girlfriend before you did the #1 buzz cut? No, I didn't. I just kind of did it. Yeah, she liked it. I mean, she thought it was interesting. I don't think she liked it because she saw, you could see my scalp, but she did like the buzz cut, like the 1.5 guard. I think the 1 guard was a little bit too low for her. She didn't really like that one as much. Would you recommend the door hanging 3-side mirror for self haircuts? Fantastic question. Matt, listen up. I'm posting a video where I'm actually going to be using a 3-way mirror for the first time ever. I've never used it before until this video. And watch. Just watch and look at how I react and look at how I am using the 3-way mirror setup. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I would say stay tuned for that video because you guys are gonna really enjoy it, and I think it's gonna be more so eye-opening than anything. Did you ever consider being a barber full-time? To be honest, no. And that might, you know, be a shock to some of you guys, but no, I've never wanted to be a barber. Never. It might be shocking, not sure, but I've never wanted to be a barber. The reason why I started cutting my own hair wasn't because I actually enjoyed the craft, right? I started to enjoy it when I started to see more money in my pocket. That's when I was like, okay, I like this, right? I like this because I'm saving money. I didn't like it necessarily because I wanted to keep cutting other people's hair and make money, right? I haven't really made much money by cutting people's hair. I've probably made maybe $1,000 my entire life cutting other people's hair. Like, that's how little I've done it. It was mainly just to save money. I didn't do it because I had a passion for barbering or hair cutting. I did have a passion, obviously, for wanting to look good, wanting to feel good, wanting to be able to be in control of that avenue of my life, right? I wanted to be able to give myself haircuts So I didn't have to pay, not just because I didn't want to pay so I could save money, but so I could at any given moment be like, you need a haircut. And then go to my bathroom, take less than an hour, cut my hair, and then be good to go for the next 2 weeks. Super convenient. And it's like, I control how good I look, you know, by knowing this skill. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So to answer your question, no, I never wanted to be a barber. Never did, and I still don't. If one can fade their hair pretty decently several times, you think they can cut on people? Yeah, I mean, I think so, right? I mean, if you feel like you give yourself pretty solid fades, and it's like a 7 out of 10, right? In your mind, it's a 7 out of 10. Yeah, go for it. Obviously, take photos of it, and then whoever wants to get a haircut, send them the photos, be like, hey, this is what it looks like on me. I can probably do it a little bit better on you. Yeah, you might as well cut other people's hair if you're trying to make some extra money. Why not? When was the last time you went to a barbershop? Yeah, to be honest, and it might shock you guys. Again, I'm just filled with shocking stuff today. I got the shocking information today. You guys are bringing it out of me. I've actually never been to a barbershop here in the US. I've been to, I mean, I guess you can call it a barbershop in Greece. I paid €5. The dude gave me a fade. I was literally in and out in like 10 minutes. I gave him €5. I offered to give him 10. He said, no, don't even. That's too much money. Here's 5. I was like, all right, €5 it is. And then 10 minutes later, I was in the chair. 10 minutes later, I was out of the chair. I went to a Greek barbershop. It wasn't even a barbershop. It was just like a little hole in the wall that dude cut hair. I've never been to a barbershop. And it's funny because I wanted to reach out to Chris Bossio and see if Bossio would be the barber to, I guess, break my barbershop virginity, right? Something like that. It sounds really weird, but it would be cool to have the only barber, the first barber that's ever cut my hair, like legit barber that makes really good money and does this for a living, to be Chris Bossio, right? He's you know, you guys all know who Chris Bossio is. I appreciate you guys joining in. Awesome questions today. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, 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 peace.